This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, October 5th, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. The CEO of a West Lafayette-based ag startup says the company continues to see growth after a U.S. Department of Energy grant expired. Griffin, which uses technology developed at Purdue University, has created a drone-based research-grade remote sensing platform. But CEO Matt Dechtel says while the company continues to focus on agriculture as its base, the platform is being expanded for use in natural resources, forestry, and oceanic environments.
So we like to say that we shorten the gap between analysis or acquisition and analysis so that those users can get to do what they do best.
The DOE gave the company a $2.25 million grant in 2019. Albert Chen, founder and executive chairman of the board of Carmel-based telecommunications company Telamon Corporation, will receive the 2023 Sachem Award next month, Governor Eric Holcomb's office announced Thursday. The Sachem is the state's highest honor and is used to, quote, recognize an individual whose lifetime of excellence and moral virtue has brought credit and honor to Indiana. The Sachem Award was established in 2005 by then-Governor Mitch Daniels, inspired by the Sachems, an organization comprised of business leaders introduced by former Governor Edgar Whitcomb in 1970. Personal finance website WalletHub is out with its list of 2023 best small cities in America, and Carmel has moved up to the top spot. WalletHub says it compared more than 1,300 cities across 45 metrics, including median household income, population growth, and school system quality. A total of 33 cities made the list. The cities of Westfield and Fishers are the only other Hoosier cities to be listed among the top 10, at number 4 and number 5 respectively. Gary and East Chicago are the lowest rated Indiana cities on the list. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready, Northeast Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the second annual Engage Northeast Indiana event, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Tuesday, October 10th at the Grand Wayne Center. We'll be diving into talent, education, and other issues shaping the regional economy. You can find more at ibj.com/engage.
About 40% of Hoosier students missed 10 or more days of school last year, and nearly 1 in 5 were absent for at least 18 days, according to new Indiana data. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
A presentation before the Indiana State Board of Education on Wednesday highlighted the staggering statistics that state leaders said should warrant immediate action. Student absences have been on the rise since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in Indiana and across the nation, data shows. Although Indiana's latest numbers show slight improvements, absentee rates during the 2022-23 school year were still 8% higher than before the pandemic. Indiana fared better than most other states for chronic absenteeism, defined by the rate of students who missed at least 18 school days, either excused or unexcused. That's equal to 10% of the academic year. But in the last 3 years, the rate of Hoosier students who have been chronically absent more than doubled compared to before the pandemic. Education experts note that being absent as few as 3 days out of the school year affects test scores and overall academic performance. The student demographic groups with the largest gaps in state language arts and math testing since the pandemic are more likely to be chronically absent. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Purdue University Northwest has been named an Innovation and Economic Prosperity University. Purdue Northwest joins Indiana University and Purdue's flagship West Lafayette campus in earning the designation awarded by the Association of Public and Land-Grant Universities. The designation recognizes public research universities for their, quote, collaboration with public and private sector partners to support economic development, innovation, entrepreneurship, technology transfer, talent and workforce development, and community development. The Indiana Builders Association says the state saw a 20% year-over-year increase in the number of building permits issued in August, according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau. More than 1,700 single-family housing permits were issued in August, marking the highest number of permits issued for the month since 2007. The August 2023 permit numbers also represented a 20% increase over July 2023, which saw 1,453 permits issued. A Crown Point-based pharmaceutical company has received a $2.9 million grant to continue its research of Alzheimer's disease. The National Institutes of Health's National Institute on Aging awarded the grant to Neurodon, which will use the funding to further support study of how to improve learning and memory. The company's research has led to the development of molecules it says have demonstrated neuroprotective properties and the ability to improve learning and memory in several preclinical models of Alzheimer's. Kevin Brinegar, Indiana Chamber President and CEO, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.